Did you know that in business, what you say matters far less than what your body communicates? Within the first few seconds of meeting someone, before you even open your mouth, they have already formed an opinion about you. Hey guys, in today's episode of LJ.Mindset, I will show you why body language is your secret power in the business world. You will also learn how to read others, master your own nonverbal cues, and use this knowledge to your advantage. By the end of this episode, you will understand why body language isn't just important, it's essential for success. And I also inspired myself a lot of the author Robert Greene, who is just perfect one, and his books are just amazing. Let me start by asking you a question. If someone says, "I'm very motivated," but their arms are crossed and their gas is shitty, well, and they also have a forced smile, do you really believe in them? Of course not. That's because unconsciously we trust what we see more than what we hear, and it's no different in business. Whether you're pitching a project, sitting for an interview, or even negotiating a deal, your body speaks louder than your own words. Here's what the science says. So 55% of the impression you leave comes from your body language, 38% comes from your tone of voice, and only 7% comes from your words. Think about that, just 7%. So if you think your speech alone will do the work, think again. Your posture, your gaze, your gestures, these are the things people notice first, and that's how they make, most of the time, the decision. Now that you know why it matters, let's talk about how you can master your body language to stand out in every interaction. Here are 3 key steps. The first one is, when you walk into a room, lift your head, keep your shoulders straight, and plant your feet firmly. This sends a clear message. I'm confident and I belong here. A slouched posture, on the other hand, that screams uncertainty. And that is, again, confidence. So important. Everyone wants to see a person who is confident, because most of the time, people who are basically scared and that are not confident, most of the time they will lose, even if they have like a great deal or like a great, let's say, speech. The second step is, eye contact is a tool. Too much and you'll seem intimidating. Too little and you'll come off disinterested. Strike a balance. You need to maintain an eye contact about 70% of the time, and don't forget a slight, natural smile. It makes you appear both confident and approachable. And yes, you will not really, let's say, pay attention if you're doing this at 70%. That's true. But I'm just saying that you really need to try to maintain a good eye contact. Not too much and not too little. You need to be really confident and approachable. And also smile a little bit. You will see the difference. And step 3 is no crossed arms, no tapping fingers, no looking down. These are signs of nervousness or discomfort. Instead, use open gestures, palms up when you speak, slow and deliberate hand movements. This shows that you're in control of your own situation and that you are comfortable and also confident in what you are doing. So, body language isn't just about mastering your own signals. It's about reading others too. Imagine this. You're negotiating with a client or pitching to an investor. Being able to pick up their unspoken cues, for example, could change the outcome. Here's what to look for. Basically, if you see crossed arms, they might be defensive or unsure. Looking down at their feet, not convinced at all. Leaning towards you, they're engaged and they're very interested. Most people don't pay attention to these details. most of the time, the people that pay attention are, for example, business owner, CEOs, or the ones who work in like the commerce market and stuff. They really pay attention. For example, my stepmother is into commerce, like a very high stand, and she basically analyzes everything. She just knows it. It has become so naturally that now she doesn't even pay attention to this. She just knows everything. And basically, after this episode, you will really understand the matter of why it is very important to pay attention to all these details. And it will really give you a big advantage in every interaction. Okay, so now let's get practical. Here are a few scenarios where mastering body language can give you the edge. First of all, a job interview. When you walk into a room, give a firm handshake. Don't crush the hand, though. But maintain eye contact and a smile. During the interview, sit up straight, avoid fidgeting, and keep your hands visible. End with another confident handshake and a general thank you, like a strong, confident thank you. The second one, is networking. When you are talking to someone, face them fully, not just your head, but your entire body. It shows that you are fully present as they speak, not occasionally, to show that you are listening to them and that you are interested in what they're saying, even if sometimes you're not. You really need to prove them, let's say. And the third one is pitching or when you are presenting. So don't hide behind a podium or table. Use your hands to emphasize key points, but don't overdo it, because then too many gestures is just too distracting and really it stresses people. And most importantly, maintain eye contact with different people in the room. It helps really build connection and trust. So this week we had Entrepreneurial Week, and we had like a pitch in front of many people, and I really saw the big difference between my team and between the other teams. So my class, they were really good. I'm really proud of everyone. When I was talking, I was nervous, that's for sure. But even if, for example, I did a mistake, I continued talking, being confident, talking with my hands and looking at people. If you don't like to look at people, because sometimes it's the case. Sometimes when I look at the people, I get a little bit distracted and then I forget a little bit what I was saying. And it was the case because when I was looking at my director of the school, I was like, oh damn, I just forgot my text. And that's why I think it's really important that you need to basically show that you're looking at them, even if it's not the truth. So you have two choices. The first one is you can look back in the room and make like you are looking at them, but in real, you are not looking at them, you're just looking at the back. And the second one is paying at least attention to like at least 3 people in the room. So one in the left side, one in the middle and one in the right side. And you will see that people will think that you're looking at everyone. But in fact, you are just looking at one people, and they will think that you're looking at them. And so basically, it will, let's say, a little bit like manipulate everyone at the fact that you're looking at everyone and you're paying attention to everyone, and they are also paying attention to you. These are the 2 ways I do sometimes when I really don't feel like I can talk to everyone like face to face or look at them when I'm presenting, because presenting a pitch in front of so many people is really a bit difficult, and it was also the first time for me, and I think for most of everyone. I think maybe we will be lucky to run for either the best pitch or either the best product, the best innovation. I just wanted to talk about this because I think it's really important to also talk about like personal life, and you can see that even me, who basically is trying to also become better, I also do mistakes. And yeah, these are just the things that really help me. So here's the truth. In the business world, your technical skills matter, but they're not enough if you can't communicate effectively. Body language is the secret weapon that you can set apart, whether you're landing a job, persuading an investor, or even building a strong relationship with someone. So here's my challenge to you. The next time you're in a meeting, an interview, or even just a casual conversation, pay attention to your posture, your eye contact, and your gestures, and watch the people around you closely. You will really be surprised at how much you will learn. I hope this episode gave you a valuable insight. Now, tell me, what's the one body language habit you find the hardest to control? Write in the comments and let's talk about it. You can also find me on Instagram or even TikTok, and don't forget that you can also share this episode with someone who really needs to hear these tips. So I will see you next Sunday for another LJ.Mindset episode. Have a good day and see you next time. Bye.